Lots of opinions this week on bear market rallies. We'll talk about what to expect going forward here and whether or not this is something that will continue, will hold, and is there a bottom in already, guys? Here's just one opinion this week. Yeah, Bloomberg giving a warning saying, yeah, don't chase bears in a forest, I guess, or something along those lines. You have to be careful of the fact that in a bear market, which we are in, rallies get sold. Historically, if you go back in time, that is the message. So has the all clear been given for this current rally?
If you're saying current rally, meaning it's a relief rally, then sure, like relief rallies are going to happen and they'll be spectacular. And the reason that they're spectacular relief rallies, even if they're temporary in a bear market, is simply because of the percentage moves. Like you'll have stocks that are down 70 or 80% from their highs, 50% from their highs. Well, if a stock goes from $100 to $25, right, it's been absolutely crushed. And if that happens in 1 year, and then in 1 month the stock goes up like 30%, let's even say, even 50%. Like that 50% up is 37.50. Like that is still 60% down from those highs. It's just simple math, right? So they'll always seem impressive. And the truth be told, you will have in every single time we've hit bear market, just about bear market territory, you will have had 20% rallies and then fresh lows, and then 20% rallies and then breaking the lows over again. So, we just got QT coming in from the Fed, which is, obviously the quantitative tightening, which is a new phenomenon from 9 billion to 6 billion. That's likely to weigh on the market in the second half of the year. So I don't think that the all clear is in. If you just think about where the SPY is right now, sure, you have another nice little bounce exactly at this 380 level. You've pulled back a nice little 10%. Could we go 20? I mean, that's what it would take to get us to the 200 period moving average. We're not even at the 50 period here. So the trend is still pretty clear to the downside, but it's a spectacular rally. There's no question about it. You're just likely to see these types of things. And at the beginning of QT, I don't think that that's a time to be like, oh yeah, everything's fine, we're going to go back to all-time highs. It seems highly unlikely to me at this point. But you have to enjoy these rallies while they can, and they're great trading vehicles, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like the bottom could possibly be an answer to your question. I mean, I feel like we just had some unemployment numbers come through. There's no problem on that side of things. Obviously, the big worry is going to be on inflation. And so if that can get controlled, then we'll have a different story coming through. And maybe the Fed, turns a little bit dovish from that if inflation gets under control. We know this is like the first time that many of us have even been in a rate hike environment. So yeah, get ready for some slippage coming up here. But the one thing I want to talk to you guys about is if you really think that, the bottom's in, or I don't know, it's getting close, I really feel like you just got to go over to names that you trust. And AMD has just been such a rally. When the market wants to go up, it goes up pretty hard. So I just want to show you some names. But this goes all the way back here. This is September. Where we are right now, only it's taking out these highs right now, but we only really went down and just broke a little bit lower than where we were back in September of 2021. So right now we're just in June of 2022. This move down hasn't really even happened yet. If you want to talk about, possibly, I mean, we can look at a lot of different stocks. Apple would be another one. Neal talked about the NASDAQ or the S&P there, looking at some levels. But again, if you look at an Apple chart, does this look that bearish, really? I mean, from the top, sure, fine. 180, 182, first $3 trillion company, yada, yada, yada. It made moves down, but it only really just went down to 138. Again, back where we were back in October, September of that 2021. You're going to have to zoom back even further than that to see some real damage. Even if you go back to May of 2021, that's $122. So what I'm trying to get at here is this the bottom? I feel like it may have been because we tested so many times and now we're back up. If the Fed doesn't do anything dramatic, change their course, they've sort of already given to us what they're going to be doing. So I really feel like, although there's been nice rallies here, we just ended, 7 straight weeks of downward moves in the S&P to finally finish up last week. So I'm wondering if there's a little bit of a tide turn. Could we see lower bottoms? Maybe. But I'm feeling like a move back in a stock like Apple by the higher quality, back into 138. That's where I was buying, 137. 137 right there. And I'm feeling like even a move back down here to 120 still really isn't the end of the world, right? The NASDAQ, a bear market down 20% or more. So we have that. So are we in one? Yes. Are we coming out of it? Yeah, I feel like we are. It's a little naive to say we've seen the bottom, but the worst days of some of these stocks going from, like, you look at a Square, you look at some of these names like Affirm and these other names that are getting absolutely killed. I really feel like how much more downside is there going to be? It's going to have to be from Apple and from Microsoft and some of these big stocks that have held the weighting up on these markets. And I just don't see that happening right now. So we're going to still hold long, look to pick up some good value names and sort of stay away from those lower quality ones.
At the end of the day, price tells the truth, and a lot of these stocks are responding very positively to a continued narrative, guys, from the Fed, suggesting that their timeline, at least, is going to be on the longer end. They are prepared to sit on their hands and wait and see and act accordingly, but the market is still acting very, very positive. Was that the bottom? Only time will tell.